Well, it's that time again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the interview with Craig Veltri.
Thank you, Megan Pennington, and welcome to the interview. Our guest is a singer-songwriter from London, Ontario, Canada. Even in Tales of Heartbreak, she brings a vibrant energy. Her latest single, Whiskey Don't Fix, which we will play at the end of the episode, is dripping with hurt and tempered rage, and yet the groove is so soothing and danceable. Tip of the iceberg, really, and we'll be diving into a rather vast assortment of poppy, twangy, and even a little jangly songs. Recording in Charlotte, North Carolina, and calling in from Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA. Here she is, Sarina Haggerty. Sarina, welcome to the interview.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So you talked in interviews that you came from a musical family. You really didn't elaborate. What did that mean? Does your family full-time musicians, or do they just have a really nice record collection?
In the middle. Yeah, I definitely was born and raised and still am around a musical family. So my mom played guitar, so I kind of just followed her and was self-taught. My two sisters played violin. My brother and I played guitar, and I also played cello. So just grew up taking lessons, and especially vocal lessons since I was a kid. So I could sing before I talked, and I loved performing. So that just kind of continued until today.
And when did the writing aspect of things pick up? Was that immediately when were you learning to write songs before you were learning to write sentences too?
Maybe, but I honestly probably, I just don't remember perfectly. I didn't really start sharing till I was probably 14 because I was pretty scared. Like, what are these people gonna think of it?
Oh,
So it's different from today where I go into a write with good friends of mine or new friends or strangers, and I just spit out my life story and this random hook idea that makes no sense. It's way different than like 10 years ago when I would not do that at all.
well, I mean, the music has grown quite a bit, and I think we can jump into like from where you were when you were, and I still think is a really great song. And dare I say, I'm singing it all the time since I heard it. The song is called "Obsessed," so I think you nailed it on that one. That was 2017, and so you talk about the already talk about the growth you had from when you first started. Where do you see the growth from your perspective from, let's say, Obsessed to Whiskey Don't Fix up to this point?
I think learning how to write, I believe that that's improved for sure. Learning from other writers and also learning from practice and hearing other songs that, I wish I wrote or that I want to write similar to it. So I think just hearing music and being around music definitely was the thing that impacted my growth and inspired me to keep going.
I would assume that would also go with moving from London, which is right for people who don't know, right outside of Toronto, moving all the way down to Nashville, Tennessee, and being in an active hub for music, really, and for songwriting, especially. Was it just being in Nashville that really knocked you out, or were these songs that were coming out of you even before you reached Nashville?
Nashville definitely made a difference, and I wouldn't be writing the songs that I am if I was back at home because I've met so many people and I've been able to learn a lot from them. So whether I get a song or not, when I walk out of the room, when I walk out of the room, I learn something, whether I know it or not, whether it involves organizing my mind when writing or coming up with ideas or melody stuff. Like, it definitely made a difference because not only it's in person after the pandemic, but also meeting new writers that I would have not have met in London or probably on Zoom easily. It wasn't as easy as living here.
Yeah. So you moved to Nashville after the pandemic, so post 2020. Is that what I understand?
Yes, I actually came to Nashville for the first time in 2022-ish, and it was still like everything was still closed and in lockdown in Ontario. So I left for a week, and then a bunch of friends and I got COVID. So unfortunately,
Yeesh.
we weren't allowed to get in without quarantining. So we ended up staying in Nashville for 3 weeks. So it was pretty crazy. And
There are
if it,
worse places to be stuck.
yeah, we were supposed to only quarantine for 5 days, but yet we couldn't get in Canada for 12 days. So it was really a weird situation. But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have met half the people that I know now that I call my best friends. And also, I probably wouldn't live here. Like, I can't imagine not staying that long.
Well, we might be talking about some of those friends in just a second. We're here with Sarina Haggerty on the Craig Veltri interview with service of Scarfire Media. For more on Scarfire Media, please visit our website, scarfireradio.net. Check out The Flame, check out the Indie Musicians catalog, and check out all the great podcasts on the Scarfire Media Podcast Network, including the Cool Brother Podcast, including the Mothership, Firepit, and of course, thank you for listening to the Craig Veltri interview. The thing about you, Sarina, that is somewhat joyful and yet somewhat puzzling is that I really can't easily reach for a one-to-one comparison. You have you're it's familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on what your style is. What would you say? Do you if somebody gave you the sounds like questionnaire on the fill in website here, what would you be putting in as far as artists are concerned?
That is a great question. I wish I could answer.
Okay, you can't answer it either.
I think I'm going for more country pop, similar to Megan Maroney, Carly Pierce, like still have that sad part to it. But also I grew up listening to Adele, so obviously there's also that kind of voice quality and ideas for melody and everything. And also, yeah, so Megan Maroney, Carly Pierce, I think also Kelsey Ballerini, like some songs I write, I think, oh, this would be a great song for Kelsey Ballerini. So those are like the three top that usually I think of. And it goes in all directions, but at the end of the day, I would say it's country pop.
And one thing you bring up Adele, I mean, it doesn't seem the songs that I sampled, I didn't go through the entirety of all the way back. But one thing that I do notice is that you don't tend to be a balladeer. Is that a conscious decision in your writing, or can you just not help yourself but dance?
Yeah, honestly, I love slow songs. I am more of that person when writing. So when I write a beat song, if I'm writing it myself with acoustic guitar, it definitely starts off slow. I've learned how to write upbeat songs and happy songs. So the past year in Nashville, I've actually been doing a lot of that. Right now, it's slowly slowing down again. My next single, so Whiskey was upbeat, but my next single is actually going to be slower too. So that's good news for you. It's a sad, slow song in which I wrote on Zoom during COVID. So I just pulled it back up again. And the story and song is, yeah, it's supposed to be sad. I don't think it could be upbeat and happy.
Well, the template I would say, or the color of the Whiskey Won't Fix is a little red. It's a very angry song, but it lyrically, but yet it does make you want to dance. And it is a co-write between yourself, Brianna Christine Fletcher, and Austin Cannon. Take me into the writing room. Who was throwing darts at their ex's picture that day?
That's a good question, how you worded that. That's funny. Remind me that at the end of this.
Happy to.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be in my next write. Let's sit down and put up a poster and just remind me that. That's funny.
Too bad I deleted all of my ex's pictures. Continue.
I think I think we didn't really start with any ideas. It was pretty random, and we were talking about stories and how country music, is all about drinks, of course. And I had written with Bree before, and she's awesome, very talented and beautiful voice too. So I had to write with her, and then she said, "Oh, let's bring in my buddy Andrew." Um, so yeah, we did that, and Austin, sorry, same
I,
thing.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
perhaps that was a different. I figured that might have been a nickname or something. But so Austin and Bree. Do you remember who came out with the line? Do you remember who how it
yeah.
came to
So
be?
like I said, we started with nothing, and then Bree and I were singing some stuff, some melodies, and then we of course went with the word whiskey. And Austin was doing a track on his computer, so it actually started off upbeat right away. Like we didn't even use the guitar. And I think the hook just smashed together. It wasn't really an exact idea that we had, it came out of nowhere. And I think we also started with the first one. So it starts like staring at the exit sign, strangers going in and out. And actually that was the only thing that I had going into it when I was going through my notes, staring at the exit sign. That's the one. It was random, but I had to sell it just like all my random songwriting ideas. But it was the idea of being in a bar and, staring at the exit sign, like who's coming in, who's going out. So that was the one idea that we started, and it turned into being about whiskey.
Are you talk about you like your whiskey sour? Is that true? Are you a whiskey drinker?
Absolutely not. I am actually not a whiskey drinker. I was more tequila, but I've saved a lot of money not buying shots recently, locally and on Broadway and just everywhere. So unfortunately, yeah, the line is anyway, whiskey don't fix a broken heart, so might as well save money and not buy the whiskey.
Yeah, that's definitely one benefit of not drinking. I'm 3 years sober myself, and trust me, much of my misadventures on Lower Broadway are well documented. With some friends who were kind enough not to post it publicly. We're here with Sarina Haggerty on the Craig Veltri interview, a service of Scarfire Media, scarfireradio.net. You I was happy to see that you have a history as well as not just making your own dreams come true, but other people's dreams come true as a Make a Wish ambassador. At least you were doing so back when you were living in Canada. Is that something you kept up with on stateside?
Yeah, of course. I was a Wish kid, and my wish was to perform on a big stage. So in 2017, I had the absolute pleasure of jumping on stage at a Shawn Mendes show and performing my first original. It's called Distracted, and it was kind of similar time as Obsessed was written. And Obsessed, you mentioned you enjoy it. It was actually written like as a joke too, about me having a crush on a guy and writing how I'm so obsessed with this guy, the high school days. But Distracted was also a different boy, but it was written when I was in high school too. So I got to sing
It's
that.
how most writers get started. I'm sure you found that.
I know
True
it's,
of me.
yeah, it's all, yeah, always similar stories.
Now you said not to turn this into the if the answer is none of my business, the answer is none of my business. But you said wish kid. Were you actually a patient in that through that organization?
Yeah, I was. I had brain surgery when I was So brain surgery was in 2016, and then my wish came true. It was granted a year later. And then the next year, I had another surgery, and I didn't get another wish after that. I asked for one. But yeah, but I'm really grateful, especially in Canada with all the healthcare and everything. Yeah, I was very fortunate and I'm grateful for that. I think once my wish happened, it's not only like being excited for the wish, this is for any wish that takes place with Make a Wish. It's not only the wish, but just waiting for the wish to happen and everything that comes after, all the memories. So not only my wish was exciting, it was cool, performed in front of 22,000 people, but it's everything that came with it. So after that, I've had the pleasure of like traveling the world, sharing my wish. So I was already involved with Make-A-Wish America because my wish was taking place in Cleveland, Ohio.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was already involved with America. So coming to Nashville, right away I connected with the scene here, and they're great. So
Well, and obviously, you've mentioned your brain surgery. Have you had any issue with it in since that second surgery at all?
I've been good. Yeah, I had epilepsy, so the one surgery they removed a piece. Second surgery they removed another piece, and things have been good. And I'm healthy. I'm living. I'm happy, and I think as we're speaking of Nashville, Nashville's been making the journey really cool. So,
Well,
but
happy for you, and happy to hear that you're still in good health. And back to the subject of whiskey won't fix. There appears to be some video footage on the single page for that one, at least on my phone. There is of a guy drawing always on a convert on your Converse sneaker. Is that from an upcoming music video, or is that just past footage? And if that is the case, will there be a music video for Whiskey Won't Fix?
yes, there will be a music video. It's coming out soon, and we did it for fun last minute, and it's gonna be a really cute video. So that's funny you saw that. Yeah, it's really sweet, and the music video was fun, and I used my friend Ben, and he fit it perfectly. It's kind of like Hannah Montana, Liam Hemsworth, Miley Cyrus vibe. If you've seen,
Oh, because that ended well.
yeah, that's the vibe. There's a movie called The Last Song with
Mhm.
them. So when they started dating, so that was kind of the idea that inspired some of the scenes, including the shoe. That's funny. And yeah, it says always, and then it's a heart, and he actually messed up the heart, and it looks so bad. But maybe I'll include that later.
So when
Yeah,
will this video be out?
I think I don't really have a good deadline. I don't have my own deadline day, and I don't have a exact date, but I'm hoping in the next month.
Well, this is the only song that you've released this year. Is this harbinger of things to come? That is to say, is this off a full record, or are we just going to be seeing singles from you from here on?
Yeah, I think I have two more singles. I haven't really announced that, so surprise. I have two more singles.
Scarfire exclusive. More singles coming from Sarina Haggerty. You were saying.
Yeah, one of them I'm really excited. It's the slowish ballad. And then the other one is one of my favorites that I wrote in Nashville right when I moved here. So those are going to be the next two songs. And then maybe I'll do another EP. Maybe I'll keep the singles. I don't know. Just also a part of me is winging it. I get it. People have the 5-year plan, which is cool, but mine would change every day.
No, I'm the same way. Not maybe not. It wouldn't change every day, but it's a bad idea for someone like me to look any further than tomorrow. So, you know, so. But
Yeah,
that being said, say it again.
exactly. Like it's hard. I think honestly, I think I have to I saw my friend do this and my friend set up a poster and put all like goals that he wants to accomplish and everything in the next few years. But he didn't really have a year timeline. It's just put stuff on your bucket list. So I think that's a really sweet idea that I may do.
Well, we may touch on something like that later on because we have a nice way of closing here on the Craig Veltri interview. It's called the No Kidding Questionnaire. A couple of rapid fire questions. First thing that comes to your mind, Sarina. Whenever you're ready, and away we go. Childhood celebrity crush.
Austin Mahone, if you
Austin Mahone.
remember.
Why do I know that name?
He's the first one I thought of because he played at Whiskey Jam the other day. So he's a pop singer. So that's really funny you asked that. That's the first thing that came to mind.
What is it about Austin? His voice, his songs, the hair, the eyes, anything. Pick a pick feature.
The
What do you?
eyes. Oh my gosh, the eyes. I literally used to have posters and everything. Yeah, I was crazy.
Just of his eyes, just like that.
No, it'd be from a magazine or something of a nice. I wish I had it still. Maybe I do. Um, yeah, just fan posters and everything. So yeah, I would say Austin Mahone.
I've known girls to put not merely on the walls but the ceiling as well. I won't ask. But
I didn't have any on the ceiling, no.
uh,
I just had on the wall, but not for that long. Honestly, I had a really simple room, painted wall and everything. Like I had a Disney themed room, so there wasn't any rooms for posters. It ended not long after.
uh, well, at least you tried. What was your favorite subject in school?
Is recess a thing? Lunch?
I've heard that one before. So you weren't you didn't find being in the classroom that a lot of fun?
Drama was fun for sure. Theater and musical theater and all that. That
I
was
did
fun.
I did see your video for Save Your Lipstick, if I'm getting the title right. But you are a very good actress as well in that. Is that your favorite part of doing music videos? Do you enjoy doing music videos for that reason?
Thank you. Honestly, I like it, but it would be cool to be an actress in movies and stuff, but for now I think I'll do the singing and try and, sync and get a song in a movie. That'd be great too.
Well, don't put it to bed. The camera loves you. What occupation other than your own would you like to attempt?
Um, you mean like what other?
What other job would you like to do?
Okay, yeah, I was like career. I think psychology is really cool. So I'd love to do that or work for Make-A-Wish. That'd be awesome too.
Understandable on Make-A-Wish, but as far as psychology, is it more of the therapy side of it or the research side of it that fascinates you?
I think the research for all I don't know, it's a weird thing, but all just disorders and stuff. I think every brain is different, so it's crazy, and it'd be really cool to go into neurology and do some research on that.
You having had epilepsy, also I'm sure that would maybe give you a deeper understanding of what happened to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like I am familiar with the brain a little bit, so I feel like it'd be cool to just go in that healthcare. But for now, I think I can stick with singing for now.
Right. As my one of my favorite teachers in high school, Frank Delamere, used to say, well, he was a full-blooded Irishman from Brooklyn, I believe, and he would always say, "My lad, the mind is a terrible thing." On the other side of the coin, Serena, I don't care how many bags of money are handed to you, would you never want to attempt?
That's such a good question. I'm thinking of jobs that I did actually.
It can be one that you've done before.
Oh, I worked at it was like see it on TV store. So you go in and if you saw the worst commercials about like new trends and new toys, new workout stuff, like a bunch of random
The
stuff.
stuff on late night TV, like the ShamWow and
Yeah,
the Ronco rotisserie, that kind of junk.
exactly that. Yeah. I don't know why, but it was just such a pain. And then I got in trouble because I didn't get enough emails from people because no one was interested. And I just did not like the atmosphere because instead of just talking to the customer, I literally had to like do a lot on the computer every time I rang them through. So I think that's just something I would never go back to.
Hmm.
I even worked at Dollarama during COVID. I'd rather go back to Dollarama than than the show. So
I did retail for 9 years. Yeah, I totally get how much of a monster that can be, and I'm not just talking about the customers. Moving on with the questionnaire, what is your go-to food on a road trip?
ice cream.
What's your
It's kind of hard, but on a road trip, make a quick stop and get some ice cream.
what's your
And
favorite flavor?
cookie dough.
That's a good one. Do you have a preferred parlor or whatever's closest to you?
In Nashville, assuming. Um, no, honestly, I like everything. I'll take everything and I like everything.
Yeah. Well, if you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, maybe ice cream for dessert, who would it be?
Ooh, I'm supposed to like tell you right away.
Honestly, this is my favorite question of the questionnaire because usually it takes a little bit of thinking.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't even know. It's like someone musical, but also like just someone funny.
I've often said of this one. I picked family members for this one myself, but it's so really anybody.
Yeah. I was gonna say as a joke, Austin Mahone.
uh,
I
how
think
well do you think you can keep your cool in front of your childhood crush?
honestly, I'm a bad fangirl though. Like I grew up as a big fangirl, but now, like I would not, buy tickets to go see someone. I'm pretty cheap, so I'm always with the band. Kate, I think like you said family, like it'd be cool to um I don't know. This is hard. Um I'm thinking like a cool songwriter would be cool too. Um let's say that's so funny that I said Austin. Um
I mean,
Kate,
technically, he is a writer. I think maybe he never wrote a word of his music.
true, he is a writer. You should have sent me the questions before.
Never. This is why.
I think Stevie Nicks would be cool.
Mm, yeah. I've I actually gotten advice about I have family that actually used to work with her back as she was starting her solo career, and he described her songwriting style as that she has a tendency to be very opaque with her writing. You could not know a thing about her and Lindsey Buckingham or any of her ex lovers. and you can still see enough of a film to make a reflection of yourself and be able to see it in Stevie. Is it her songwriting style that you like so much about her, or is it just her aura and everything?
Yeah, and like you said, everything. I think the voice, the writing, and the style, the aesthetic. So that's just if it wasn't a songwriter, yeah, definitely Stevie Nicks would be awesome.
My mom and my sister both have an affinity for Stevie Nicks, and since both of them are short blonde women, I have no idea why they would float to someone like Stevie Nicks. Go figure. Now, I know that the Canadian stereotype is that nothing really bugs you guys, but I must ask, Sarina, what is your biggest pet peeve?
As a Canadian,
Or
what?
just as a human being?
Okay, I was like, as a Canadian,
No, because it's just like Canadians are just known as the friendly people of the world. So,
yeah, two things. Honestly, pet peeve is hearing back from people. I think I grew up not being a patient person.
uh,
So, so I'm like, let's go, let's go. So, not a patient person. Get that from my parents. And I think you mentioned Canada. As a Canadian, it's so weird being in America. So instead of saying sorry, people say, like, excuse me when they're passing you or doing anything. So in Canada, that kind of sounds like, excuse me, you're in my way, like, move.
mm,
That's the vibe that I get. Not like, oh, excuse me, I'm in your way. Like, excuse me, you're in my way. That's how I see it when they
mm.
say it. But Canadians, we say sorry. It's like our fault why we're passing you, but not even in your way. We still say sorry.
I, I've always kind of seen that kind of a way of saying sorry is almost not even American Canadian difference. It almost is a difference between men and women as well. I've always kind of seen at least the women in my life, or at least the women I've observed, tend to say sorry when nothing has been done wrong, or they're trying to walk down the street, and I don't know where you're hearing. Actually, I have heard "excuse me" a couple of times walking through, but I hadn't thought about it that way in quite a while, actually. So that's some for me to think on for sure. Last
Yeah.
last question of the questionnaire: what is the best advice that anyone has ever given you?
I used to I used to have stuff like that in mind, but no one has asked me for a while. I think someone told me, but also I just keep telling myself to be grateful for everything, music, people, Canadians, Americans. Yeah, especially family and music. Like, just be grateful no matter what. You wake up today and you do what you love, just be grateful. Yeah.
It's definitely advice that I have gotten. So thank you for the reminder from your end for sure. Well, Serena, we have one last bit of business to take care of. This is the part of the program that every guest should enjoy the most. It is time for shameless self promotion. Whiskey Don't Fix is available on all streaming. You're touring your lovely self all over Lower Broadway and beyond. Where can we find you? Where can we find your music? Fire away.
Yeah, so Whiskey Don't Fix, the new single is out on all platforms, and you can find my name, Sarina Haggerty, that's spelt weird, Sarina, and Haggerty, Haggarty. It's Irish last name. And you can find that everywhere online as well, and all platforms. And yes, as you mentioned, I do play a lot downtown Nashville. and I'm hoping to go on tour soon. So do a little tour, that'll be fun too. So it's all just keeping updated on Instagram and Facebook.
Well, Sarina, it has been lovely spending a little time with you, getting to hear your music. Like I say, there's such a buoyancy and such a great rhythm. The one thing that I did notice about all your composition, the drum parts are all so differing and syncopated and just all over the place, but all of them can make you dance. And you're a great lyricist. You have a wonderful voice, a great image, and I look forward to seeing what you build from here. Thanks so much for joining me today on the Craig Veltri interview.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
The Craig Veltri interview, where Craig Veltri interviews wonderful people, is a production of Scarfire Media, the voice of the independent arts. Written and edited by Craig Veltri. Your announcer is Megan Pennington. The opening theme, Shut Up, I Love You, written by Trenton Chandler and Craig Veltri, performed by Craig Veltri, produced by Jack Gavin. The new single, Saving Up Dreams, is available now on all streaming, along with all the other material that I have released, the Off the Row Sessions EP, the Letters to the Defendant full album, the Vagabond EP, and the two singles that I released, Shine On and Fallen for You. Time now to update the event calendar, because you must know where I am at all times. Brought to you by Sandpiper Entertainment. Friday, August 15th. And by the way, happy birthday to my sister Maggie. I will be at Hot Fish Club in Myrtle's Inlet from 5 to 8 p.m. Saturday, August 16th, Grumpy Monk in North Myrtle Beach from 6 to 9 p.m. Monday, August 18th, Bums Beach Cafe in Myrtle Beach from 6 to 9 p.m. Tuesday, August 19th, the Inlet Beer Garden in Myrtle's Inlet on the Marsh Walk from 4 to 7 p.m. Then on Thursday, rounding out these dates, Thursday, August 21st, Grumpy Monk at Broadway at the Beach from 6 to 9 p.m. For full dates, go to my website, craigveltri.bandzoogle.com. For booking info, including full band in this podcast, email me at craigveltriofficial@gmail.com. You can find the interview on Facebook by searching the Craig Veltri interview, and you can find me on YouTube at Craig Veltri Music, and you can find me on Instagram, or as my old roommate, the Tommy Thomas, used to call it, Instagirl, at Craig.Veltri. For Sarina Haggerty, I'm Craig Veltri, and this has been the Craig Veltri interview. With that, I'll pass. To play us out is Sarina Haggerty with Whiskey Don't Fix, here on the Craig Veltri interview, proud member of the Scarfire Media Podcast Network.
Staring at the exit sign, strangers walking in and out, making friends at the bar. They know I love my whiskey style. Too much time